Alrighty, here we are. I have a beautiful little Noah kit by Riva Chic. I finished painting her. She's all ready to go. Got my hair laid out over here in little strips, ready to go. It's very silky, very difficult to hold, but it is awesome. Have my needle, which I've told you guys about, the 4482. It's a 42 gauge, but it roots like a 43 gauge, and it's much easier to work with. I do have one of these handy dandy tools to put the thing into, but I don't always use it because it tends to break the needles, and they're quite expensive, so I don't like to break them. Alright, I'm going to do an easy pattern on this first kit to show you guys. And what you do first is I use a pencil to kind of mark where I'm going to do things. And what I usually like to do is come straight across from the ear and up and make a little mark there. And come over here and do the same thing. Come up about right here. And what this is going to do is it's going to make all of this area is the center. Screw that up. All of this area right in here is going to be the center of the rooting pattern. So what you're going to do is root from the bottom up to this line, and when you get to this line you're going to root from the outside to the middle. So you're going to find the middle, which is about right here, even with the nose. And then you're going to bring the bangs around from here. So you just kind of give yourself an idea of where you're going to stop on your way up. I also like to take the sides and kind of give myself a gauge of where I'm going to go with the side. You don't want to go too dark with your lines or you'll see them. And then if you look at it from the top, you can see that both of these sides come down. I have the center and I have the middle. So that's all I need for this particular pattern, because we're not doing any of this. It's going to be hair on the sides, and the middle is going to be one of those curlicue tops, to where we're going to do like this and have some little bangs coming down in the front. So I always start at the back. I go from ear to ear, and then I do the sides, and then from there you just work your way up to your lines. And once you get to the lines, then you're going to do the top outside to inside, and then across the line goes straight down. But we'll get to that. So the first thing you do is you get you some hair, not a whole lot, just a little handful. Lay it across the bottom like this. And take your needle, and you're going to go straight down because you want the hair to be in that type of growing pattern. And you just poke along the line of the hair. holding it taut. And you see how I'm holding the needle right here as well. If you just go like that, it's going to snap. So I kind of hold it kind of low. And you can see on the hair where it's poking at. And you just kind of haphazardly go along. You can come all the way up if you want and do a diagonal. Being careful that each one goes all the way through to the inside so that you'll have something in there to glue when it's time to glue. It's kind of hard doing the lower half because the neck gets in your way right here. Just keep it taut, and you can go all the way to the top because you're only pulling 1 or 2 hairs at a time. Almost broke it because of that neck getting in my way. Almost there. Pull it taut. You don't want to get too close to the edge here because those hairs will be too short to do anything with. And I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of see where you've poked. So we could pull out right now and just see what we got. Pull it gently. And we have rooted hair. Can't see any poke lines. Very, 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 very little poke lines. Now, I make my own conditioner, which you need to keep on hand while you're rooting. I just mix a little of People conditioner, a few squirts, and I put water in the bottle. And what I like to do is just kind of wet it. Oh, where's my brush? Wet it and then brush out the excess because not all of the hair got rooted. Some of it sticks to your brush. But as you can see, looking pretty good. Now what I do, each layer I cut. So that each layer you can see what you got. And that's what we got so far. Now I missed a little bit on this side, so when I come back I'm going to start right here and work my way around until it's the same thickness throughout. But that looks really good. Probably going to have to cut a little bit more off, but As you can see, that didn't take very long, and it's very, very fine, curly. This isn't real curly hair, it's kind of like wavy hair, not curly. And some of it's even almost straight, and I'm going to save that for the bangs. So I just get the same piece of hair, and I'm going to lay it over right here this time, and go back over that piece that was thin. It's hard around the ears. Again, you want to go in an upward motion if you can, unless the hair is really, really curly, and then you can go straight in if you just want curl. Pull it off. Spray it. Brush the excess out. And trim to match what you did before. See, now we're starting to go up the side of the head. You can make it curly. Now the shorter I cut this, the curlier it'll be. And obviously the more pokes I do, the thicker it will be. But you'll notice as we go higher, it'll get thicker and thicker and thicker with each layer that you do. Sometimes I'll wet it and brush it upward. And just trim it all the same length. But we're really getting going here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on around to my line and come up like this, and I'm going to stop. And then we're going to fill in all of this, and as to not make these videos really, really long, I'll be right back.